Howdy. With this video, I want to go over week number 4 material, this video being number 6. And then I want to show you how to access the feedback I send you on your writing and how to start revising so you can send in the final version of paragraph number 1 tomorrow. I'm doing this video on Tuesday. For Wednesday, April 7th, the first task is to watch this video. And hopefully the nice thing about being able to put these in D2L is you can watch at your own pace, and you know if something goes by a little quickly for you, you can just go back and watch it again, or pause. I'm a little slow with auditory learning. Videos tend to go by me pretty quickly. But anyway, the second task you're going to do, you're going to revise paragraph number 1. I'll show you how to do that here in a second. Once you're done revising the first that paragraph number 1 on the food, you're going to submit the final version of the paragraph number 1, and I'm going to grade that and send that back to you next week. Make sure you're sending that back as a Word document. You're going to notice I return my feedback in PDF format, but you want to send your work as Word documents. It's going to be interesting to see if we have problems opening the PDF documents. I'm not sure how your browsers are going to handle that. So, you know, obviously, email me if there's a problem and you can't open something. But once you get that final paragraph revised and uploaded into D2L, I want you to go back to that self-regulated learning paragraph you submitted last week. Go back and revise that. If you didn't have time to quite finish it, go ahead and finish it. But also go back and revise it based on the feedback you saw on paragraph number 1. If I'm saying you're having problems with fragments, you might want to go to your handy-dandy grammar workbook and review fragments, and just kind of make sure you're trying to see those in the second paragraph. But this second paragraph you're going to submit for Wednesday is still going to be in rough draft form. I'm going to comment on that and send that back to you next week, and you'll have one more chance to revise it before you send it in for grading. The fourth task, so again, for task number 2, you're sending in the final version of the first paragraph. For task number 3, you're revising paragraph 2 one more time based on what you're learning, basically. And this one will be a draft form of the second paragraph that I'll take a look at. For task number 4, some fun grammar exercises. Chapter 17 goes through capitalization. Number 19 goes through some commonly confused words. If I'm writing something like wrong word on your paragraph, you might be confusing TO versus TOO versus TWO or something like that. Yeah, it's a pretty common thing to happen with writers. So tomorrow we're getting those 2 paragraphs. The first one's the final version of paragraph 1, a final kind of draft of paragraph number 2, getting those into the D2L Dropbox and doing those exercises. And hopefully once you're done with that, you're feeling pretty good. Kind of remember 2 weeks ago, we were just getting started on all this, right? So it's kind of interesting how quickly we're moving along. For Thursday, April 8th, I'll have video number 7 up by tomorrow night. Maybe later on Wednesday. I got a few things I got to take care of tomorrow. But we're going to start working on the self-regulated learner essay. We're going to basically build on that self-regulated learner paragraph, start adding an introduction, a concluding paragraph, and a couple more body paragraphs, and create ourselves an essay. Then a couple of weeks from now, we'll be working on adding some research to the essay. Then hopefully we'll have a nice looking essay at the end of the semester to move into Comp 1 with. But for Thursday, you're only going to have an hour probably, so you know, you might just get started on the essay, but at least you'll have the whole week to kind of think about the essay and think about what you want to write about, so when you come in on the 14th, you can get to it fairly quickly. On the 14th, we'll revise paragraph number 2 one more time and turn it in for a grade and work on getting a draft of essay number 1 going. So quite a bit going on. So if you make it through the Thursday night, smile, right? We're making progress here. To see my feedback, if you want to get into D2L, it's going to come to you as a D2L email attachment, and I'll send that. It's going to be sitting in your inbox there. But you're going to come here to the home page for the course for D2L in general, so you see all your courses listed there. And you want to do that because if you're like in the math course and you just click on the little envelope there to check your email, you won't see emails from my class or vice versa. So make sure you're on the D2L homepage. And you're going to click on the envelope and click on email. And eventually it'll come up. And you'll see probably an email from me that says P1 read. That just means paragraph 1 read. I have to have a way to keep track of all these different assignments and different places on my computer. So that's how I do it. You probably won't see a last name there. But you'll click on that email. And if you first open it like this and you don't see the attachment, don't panic. Make sure you scroll down. The attachments are way down at the bottom for reasons I can't comprehend. That's the way D2L does it. And you're going to click on that link. And hopefully, it'll open it up in your browser. Again, if you can't open the PDF files, let me know, and we'll try something else. But sometimes got to be patient as well. The other way you might need to do it is come to Files. Once you click on it and go to Downloads, and there it is right there. So that's another way to kind of access it once you click on that link. But once again, when you open it, it's probably going to try and open up in the browser. So if you have trouble opening it, it may not be you. Send me an email. We'll work it out. But hopefully it's going to work. So you have the version with my commentary on it. Then you want to go back and pull up the one you sent. And I have that. Video number 6. That would be my draft. I want to show you kind of a little trick here. If it'll pull up, there it goes. I shouldn't see all that. Hold on. No markup. There we go. Okay. So this would be the one you would have sent to me. Then you have the one we sent back. If you go to the kind of the blank blue area up here and you can move it around, you notice. If you move it to the right or the left, you can do a split screen. Notice when I went over there, it kind of made a little ghost of a thing over there. And you can kind of do a split screen. Then it should let you pick a different screen to split with, which is right here, that PDF file. And what you can do is you can open both of them at the same time. And you might need to make one smaller or one bigger. If you're kind of getting up there in age like me, sometimes these split screens are kind of hard to see. But this way you could have the version I sent back to you with my commentary and your draft here, and you could just kind of go through and start making changes. Generally, if something's highlighted, especially the first letter in the word, that means you probably need to capitalize it or you don't need to capitalize it. And you just want to go back and start editing your work there of ever eaten. For some reason, and the one I sent, the cheese was capitalized. I think I already corrected it, but anyway. But you want to correct whatever I'm seeing there. That's a run together sentence, so we need to put a period and start the next sentence there. For some people, the split screen thing kind of drives them a little nutty. But for others, my dual enrollment students in the high schools, if you watch them, they're always on the split screen, just going to town on all this. But you're going to revise your essay. If you ever get tired of the split screen, you can just maximize here with that big square. Don't hit the X. That sends it to Never Never Land. But once you're done revising your document, you want to save it. Go to File and to Save As. And I recommend, my computer's just slow here, adding the word final to the document so you know it's different from the draft. If you just start doing, fish 1, fish 2, fish 3, fish 4, it's going to get very confusing. So try and start figuring out different ways to rename your documents so you're able to go back to them. But again, you're going to save it as a Word document. And then you're going to go back and upload that into the D2L Dropbox and send me your final version. But hopefully doing the split screen might help. Again, if you find it just tedious and just rather toggle back and forth between the documents, that's fine as well. Whatever works for you. I think that's about all I have to say with this video. If you have any questions, I'll be available via email, probably from about 4 to about 5:30 or so. So let me know if you have questions. I'll definitely check it around 4 to make sure everybody's able to open the PDF documents and things like that. I can always send that back to you as a Word document. It's just a little harder for me to do that. But if you have questions, again, let me know. If you have any questions about what I wrote in your essays, let me know. You have your grammar workbook to help you figure out some of this stuff. There's also, on the content page, under help resources, there's a review of common editing marks. This is geared more towards handwritten marks, but it still goes over the different things I'll write in there, like comma splice, fragment, run together sentence. Sometimes they're called fused sentences or run-on sentences. And some of these other things I might point out there. So you can just kind of click on it and see what I mean by pronoun agreement error or something like that. Alrighty, but I'm going to get off here. Again, I'll be available via email to answer any questions you may have, or we'll address any problems. But we'll talk to you later. And also, if you don't understand something I've written in your draft, be sure to email me and say, hey, what do you mean by this? That's perfectly legitimate. I'll hush up now. Bye-bye.